Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Strategic Feminine here on YouTube. And of course, we love to focus on all things feminine, all things girly, all things womanly in essence. So if you're interested, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the video. So for my subscribers, they kind of know that this video was originally scheduled for noon, I believe. It was originally scheduled for around 12:45. You'll never believe it, right? Of course, I'll tell you. I was invited to my grandma. I didn't know she's coming out of, she was sick and she was kind of behind. They put her nursing, but she's better, so she's coming home. And of course, I feel like that's very, very important. And they're having a dinner at around 1. And they live very, 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 very far from me. So instead of bailing like I usually would, they call them an escape artist, I was like, I'll just do the live stream early and kind of hit the road, because I didn't want to leave you hanging when I had promised this Be Digital Ready preparation and execution video. If you're a home skillet biscuit or a A1 subscriber of mine, you know that I've been kind of dibbling and dabbling, definitely doing my beauty research for you guys. I've been doing lots of beauty tailored content, and I think this live stream is also able for me to kind of answer real-time questions, and then take real-time suggestions and feedback. So we have been practicing walks. We've been kind of doing poses, a lot of things as far as just kind of learning the basics of modeling, and I have been getting my feet wet. I would definitely get my feet wet, and sometimes I hit my head face first, literally, but it has been something that I have been loving and enjoying researching for you guys, and just for my own personal fulfillment and enjoyment. And I've also found a lot of videos tailored to what I want to see more of when we talk about this beauty conversation. Now, there's a lot of videos that I haven't touched on, right? And so that's why it's kind of, doing live streams is different, because it's you can kind of throw out and rapid fire all of your little video ideas. And I want to save that for actual video topics. There is a level to this. I feel like that's been said many, many times, but there is a level. And I feel like depending on how people are talking about this beauty conversation, that is going to explain the level that they are on, or that they are operating, playing on, whatever your playing field. So of course, I'm going to talk about all the pitfalls, my story, everything, everything. Hey, oh my gosh, these are this is a home skillet biscuit. This is an A1, y'all. This is A1 sauce, the steak itself. Hello, luxury bar. Now, one of my first subscribers, one of my first comments. So she definitely knows. She knows. She's been there to see it all. And yes, she's been giving lots of good tips on the channel as well. So subscribe to the channel. If you don't happen to know who anyone is, you don't know who I am, you don't know who Luxury Bar is, you probably haven't been here very long. So I am excited to explain that my name is the Strategic Feminine here on YouTube. I make YouTube videos, commentary, beauty analysis, style, lookbooks, wish lists, the whole thing, right? Just, a little genie in the bottle, if you call it that. And I like to go off of a particular, just one vision, all things womanly. Anything that focuses on the womanly sphere, the feminine sphere, I'm here for it. And I'm doing this research not only for my dark-skinned girls, my Black girls, but also for, just women who happen to find themselves on the channel and can relate to the advice. You see? And then we have the Instagram page as well. Perfect. So on my YouTube, I've been scouring for lots of videos all over. And I've been not minding my business in order to be able to get these videos pumped out for you guys. What I mean when I say that there are levels to the beauty game is that I've heard a lot of advice coming into it that It's all about, I want to make sure that I'm saying it in a way that's doing the talking point justice. I don't want to completely lie on people, right? There's a particular conversation depending on what demographic that you're in. And you're going to hear where people talk about, enhancements. They're talking about having the best wigs, weaves, nails, using these as status symbols, using these as pillars and currency. And this is completely the case. And then you're going to see there's another section of the population that strips all of these enhancements, and what's left is beautiful. And understanding that there is a difference. And this is kind of what I was hearing about the supermodel versus Instagram model conversation. This is exactly that. Okay. It's kind of like understanding first, where do you want to set your industry? Where do you want to set your precedent? And then, like, how would your beauty follow that? Now, there are people who they kind of can dibble dabble and do both. And that will be like a more creative soul and everything like that, who really look into fashion. They really do like designing and stuff. And I've seen people be very androgynous as well. And that's a part of beauty that I've noticed on the main stage very recently, very, very, very recently, and then historically. So I wanted to talk about that because beauty is not one size fits all. It's for not only the woman, but the man. It shows it's a subjective, it's not even subjective, it's a universal understanding, is how I explained it earlier, a universal understanding. And I want that to be kind of highlighted in the coming video. Okay, so that's me. That's a lot of the girls that's been on the channel for a while, and we kind of like to focus and research beauty. We are, coming into this very, 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 very excited to have this video for you guys. So there are a lot of different aspects of the beauty conversation, and that's why it kind of gets jumbled up, because depending on where you're doing your research, you will get a different story. There is makeup, that industry altogether, the cosmetic team. There is surgery that's kind of coming to mind, the cosmetic route, like all around filler, injections, all the procedure type things, even things that are a little bit more considered non-invasive. There's a section for that in the beauty world. There is also kind of supermodels who are expected to be beautiful without any enhancements. They do not have enhancements in the modeling industry. I don't know where that came from. You're expected to cut your hair, take off the wig, wipe off your makeup, and eat that way, So it's completely different. And in the vixen world, you have to have the best hair, the best wigs, the best nails, the best style, the highest heels. And that is how you would establish this dominance in the beauty hierarchy. So it's a lot of different aspects, but I wanted to dominate and then highlight the universal rules to all of these industries. For the girls, one size fits all. And I will leave this as a video, I will leave it. So yes. I have a few looks that I wanted to highlight. A few, I would call it like ideas. Is that what I would call it? I would call it like a lookbook, inspiration, inspo. Okay. More so of what I am going to be basing my future look off of. The first thing that I'm seeing coming back that is super popular these days, the ballerina bun. Okay, as soon as I'm done, I was on the braids. I had got my braids done. I did the video kind of highlighting the braid envy and obsession, that people have with Black women and our hairstyles. And I even got me a load of that braid envy. I went ahead and got me some braids. And I'm going to keep them in for a few weeks because my life has been so convenient. I've been waking up and going. I've been able to get so many other tasks done. And that's because my hair has been definitely braided up and living life. After we're done with this, because it is, baby, it's getting a little worn, okay? Once we're done with this, I'm doing straight ballerina bun. I think the reason why I feel comfortable doing so now, I kind of been hiding my hair for the past 8 months. I think, yeah, it's been about 8 months. I have this, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've been hiding my hair for the last 8 months. I've been doing everything from braids, wigs, sew-ins, whatever. You name it, I did it. It is what it is. And I have been kind of enjoying every little phase, and then also doing my own little mini experiment on which hairstyles give me the most envy, obsession, beauty currency, and privilege. And I have found a lot of conflicting research, but I also will explain, the entirety. My most popular hairstyles that go along with my features, I spoke about this before, my braids. Like the braids is one of those hairstyles that make people stop and stare. I also think that doing the braids with my natural hair has also kind of helped my hair been a little bit more in a healthier state than it has previously been. And my hair has always been very healthy, but the takedown process for me has always been something that has been a killer. Beautiful hairstyle takedown is so I wanted to definitely be able to talk about all of that. I started in beauty pageants and people definitely get enhanced. So you are in pageant life. I love that. Okay. So this is what I see for what I would say in that space as far as like the pageants. I definitely know that people get enhanced. I see for an emphasis on teeth. Very white, straight, smile, especially for pageantry. Because you're smiling, you're straight teeth. So whereas in a particular setting, there is an emphasis on, what is she wearing? Who are you wearing? Nails, lashes, lip filler, that type of conversation. There's another conversation of people talking about teeth whitening. You see what I'm saying? And that's still a very expensive procedure. Even Invisalign, that is like very expensive. We kind of did a little showing years ago, and it was like $3,000 for Invisalign, and I'm only sure that the price is more than doubled. There are other procedures where people change their eye color that gives them a competitive advantage. They feel like it makes them stand out. They may, change their eye color or invest in contacts. I've seen lots of different enhancements be used, but I've seen them used differently. And I also see them bring up a girl or bring up somebody, period. And I've also seen it tear down someone. And then I've also seen the latter where natural features reign supreme, playing into what you naturally have and keeping it as undetectable as possible usually is key, no matter where you feel like you are on the spectrum. I would say whether you feel like it's pageant, whether you feel like it's vixen, model, supermodel, or anywhere in between, or maybe you just the local, HR bad bitch. Because hey, there's plenty of those. You know what I'm saying? All of that kind of has its own place, but not only does it have its own place, it has its own ritual and then call for that. And I want to be able to not just focus it on a linear level where like, oh, I'm talking about for the level I'm on or the level that my subscribers on. I kind of want them to, of course, input wherever they feel so more compelled. But I also want to be able to kind of show all sides, especially for higher front and then aspirationally as well. Another aspect of this conversation, the nails. I talk about this a lot. I think one of my first videos ever was nails on my femininity maintenance. And I talked about how I feel like, I didn't know if I had the right words, like poor people, burger people, lower end. We have very flashy nails. We like to do like the ghetto fabulous. I love me a ghetto fabulous nail. So trust me, I'm not judging. I'm just saying I naturally have always loved that aesthetic and I've always kind of hold on to that. And then, I will see like people of pillars in the community who may have actually had wealth. They'll opt in for shorties. They'll opt out for gel, clear, sheer, nudes. You know what I'm saying? Polished, prim, but not showy, not catchy, and not a lot of attention. So that's what I mean when I say there's kind of levels to the conversation. And depending on what your aesthetic is, you will find yourself tailoring to a different ritual regimen, and then some rules as well that your beauty, she'll have for yourself. I'm completely switching my aesthetic. I think I switched my flow up. I think I kind of want to marry my two aesthetics together. I kind of feel like I have like a vixen type of fashion with definitely more of a classic type of makeup execution. It's not letting me. This is going to be, I'm going to show y'all. This is going to be my first example, period. Okay. Soft, simple, basic. This is going to be my next lookbook. After I take out the braids, after all of this is done for, I am going to be doing like a nice little wash set, and I'm going to have the girl go to town. Me first, before I go to my natural hair girly, I'm going to let her do her trim because it's been a little bit since I've had a trim. I'm going to allow her to do like a little like natural hair ballerina bun. And then after that, it's going to be like a ponytail because I feel like my ponytail has come a long ways. Just doing this like protective styling journey, keeping my hair up, putting it behind a new style, but also keeping it styled and keeping up with that maintenance, making sure that I'm deep conditioning it, making sure that I'm washing it. I'm someone, I hate a wash day. I do not do a wash day. I would used to do wash days regularly, like every single week I had a wash day done. And I would do it for myself, and it was very therapeutic. But being a little bit more busy, a little bit more crunched on time, I now give that over to my lovely natural hairstylist, and she kind of washes my hair, deep conditions. I love the style and the hair products that she uses, and I feel like I've seen a real difference in my hair. I've seen it. It's all dense now. It has that shininess, a natural kind of sheen to it that I really didn't have before. And I remember I was complaining, and that's kind of another thing that I want to talk about. The first part of the beauty game or getting your beauty regimen to a 10 like status, you have to have a strong, tight-knit community of people who can do this for you. Whether you're a DIY queen, like I have previously, I can't say I have to give up my title. I'm no longer a DIY queen, but before in my younger age, I was a DIY queen. So knowing where to be able to get these things, knowing where to have supply shops. I talk about knowing where your local nail supply shop is rather than going to the nail salon and spending $100 every time you go. Why not locate your local nail supply store and spend $3 on polishes, each time you go, and maybe get a collection of polishes. I have a collection of D&D polishes now. I have a bunch of colors. I know I'm going to grow. I'm going to get more. I actually think I got a new drill I told everybody about. I'm going to get a new gel manicure lamp soon because I think my old one, it's still working. It's still going on strong, but I do want to be able to have a new one. So knowing where to get these things, having a network of beauty network, or knowing who to be able to allocate these things to. People who they get dressed, or maybe they're quote unquote rich, they're busy, they work. A lot of times they're not even dressing themselves. They're not doing their own hair. Artists, celebrities, they come to mind. Your local artist or celebrity, rapper, trapper, superstar, they're not doing their own hair and makeup and looks and beat face, maybe in the beginning, but once they start kind of making it, they are allocating that task over to whoever. Some people like people like what I would consider like beauty icons who kind of have a team. People like Nikki, like they would have a team of people doing things for them. And then you have some celebrities, they kind of just, oh, hey, I'm in the city. Who got hair? Who got makeup? Who got beat face? Who knows what to do? And you can do that when you have like a big following, okay? So you can jump down in every country and be like, hey, who know how to do hair? But I would say having a team in the beginning, a tight-knit team is a little bit better, especially for a girl that's just getting off the ground. I would get a tight-knit beauty crew. That's exactly what I'm calling it. Okay, a ragtag team of girls that you found through your neck of the woods that know how to do some hair, some lashes, some put on some outfits, do some outfit events, some whatever, right? Just so you're able to stay on that 10, This is going to happen because, and a lot of times with being a model, being someone who is of a beauty pillar, you are going in and out and mingling of different type of calibers. You're going in and out in different type of communities and infrastructures. So I see a lot. There was a one girl, she called herself the Black Hannah Montana. I can't remember her by nothing else, but she was on Instagram, and I believe she did her own music. She does Instagram, but she walks around with pink hair. But she's still a 9 to 5 girly. So she said, okay, I did this show, I did this booking, but I had to still go back to these people and do my 9 to 5 job. And she had to put on a regular wig on top of her pink wig, to be able to kind of marry the two worlds together. And that's all I'm talking about. Sometimes, I even watched the Jollibee video, and I think you guys may have seen it too, a common ground where it was like Instagram models and supermodels, and they were talking. And Instagram models, they were saying, yeah, I can afford the clothes that I wear, because they usually were doing it for Fashion Nova, Shein, stuff like that. But supermodels, they were like, I can't afford the clothes that I walk in. These people, they put me in clothes that I can't even afford to wear. So understanding, knowing how to have a look that's translatable in all of these different sectors is important. And it's extremely the first thing I want to focus on before I go anywhere. So knowing just the different rules and regulations that each and every individual, like knowing the dress code, to say it plainly, This is my lookbook. I want to give soft nail, but still kind of like not too, because I still need a little extra. So I'm gonna give me some length, but I want something sheer. I want something clear. I want something silky. I want something glossy. I want something nude. Okay. That way it looks done, but also when it grows out, it doesn't look like, oh, what is she doing? Or, you know what I'm saying? It'll be also able to give me a good base. The ballerina bun. The ballerina bun is making a comeback, okay? And I'm so happy because I love me a ballerina bun. I even cut me a sock bun earlier this year, and I was wearing it, and it was very cute. And my hair is in a better state, so I'm gonna be able to do the sock bun again, and I can't wait to do so. But also having a baby powder, cute pink lip. That's the first lookbook. And I've been working on the body too. So like I said, I had gained a lot of my weight back, and of course it went all to my butt. So now that I got all of my, assets back, I'm kind of hitting it's summer, it's spring now, summer's around the corner. So I'm hitting the cycling bike, and I'm taking walks. And of course I have to naturally practice my walk pretty often. I want to increase my walk to at least 30 minutes to an hour a day, prior to the completion. I think we're in phase 2 now. Yeah, we're in phase 2. Right. So for my preparation for phase 2 of the modeling thing anyway, I have to, take some of the notes that the coaches have given us and then also kind of build upon that as well. So that's what I'm doing. I'm working on my walk. I'm working on my look, my presence, but I'm also working on beauty from the inside out and not just from the outside in. And that has been very important with my journey so far. I want to talk about a lot of things. I want to talk about face, beats, the right products to use. I want to talk about not just the viral products. Oh, this business has gone viral for the best advertisement. No, I want to talk about real deal, sealed products that have our beauty in the most, upwards of ways. And what I would call this is a princess day. They call it a princess day. And I wholeheartedly agree. I would call it a princess day too. Like it's a princess day, it's a Saturday. I just wanted to be able to get this video out, kind of focus on it. While I'm doing this video, I'm also going to be kind of buying the foot bath that I was telling y'all about because I am cool. We're going to get into that. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but there's a lot of things that I've learned and that I'm kind of working on. Let me see. I believe they had it at the hair store. If you're asking me, I think it was $30, but I got to go back in there because those prices be changing. But I'm going to get that foot bath for myself because I pretty much have my whole nail kit all the way put together. Like if I never got my nails done again, it really wouldn't be a problem. My only issue is that I love length and acrylics, and I haven't been able to figure out how to grow my natural nails out. That's the only beauty secret I don't know, girl. So if anyone knows, please put in the comments down below. How do you grow your natural nails? I had like a kick, but I use a lot of oranges. Okay. So what I used to do is I would used to like I would eat a lot of oranges and I would like kind of pierce my hands in the oranges or my nails, for lack of a better word, in the orange's skin. And I used to do that a lot, like literally, like pierce my oranges, and that was really good for my nails at a particular point. But since I stopped doing that, yeah, my nails have not been growing. It's extremely hard to keep them long. And I blame the nail tech. Okay, so the first part of the beauty regimen, knowing what to say no to. There are certain things in the beauty game that are predatory in nature. They're not needed, they're obsessive, and they're being marketed to us in a predatory way. Knowing what to say no to is essential in your beauty regimen, because a lot of times overconsumption is eating and ravishing the girls. Overconsumption. I'll say it right there, right then. And the problem is not being able to vet or gatekeep all of these products. You're not sure what is getting put onto your skin, what they use, or are you even sure about their products? Okay. The Shade Room did another video, and I think I will at the end of this video, well, at the end of this live stream, I'll show y'all the video. But the Shade Room just updated us and did another video saying that a lot of the braiding hair, a lot of human hair, period, not just braiding hair, because at first braiding hair got all of the flack for having this negative materials, having lead in the hair and stuff like that. They found out that a lot of human hair has lead-based coating, poisoning us women, us Black women specifically, from the inside out. And that's what I mean when I'm saying know what to say no to in your beauty regimen. For you, it'll be something different. For you, it may be something different. It may not be what it is for me. But hearing that and knowing that a lot of these hair companies, a lot of these braiding hairs, majority of them have lead in their things, and it's poisoning us. It's toxic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say goodbye to that for a while. And I'm gonna show y'all the Shade Room video so y'all can know who to buy from, who doesn't have toxic materials in their products targeted at Black women. Yes, I will have, and I have shown, many times, but again, we have to do further research just to even know what is good for us. Some of these things, we can nourish ourselves from the inside out, or we can poison ourselves from the inside out. The things that I feel like that are very much so poisoning us, them acrylics, girl, like the lady, I realized what she did, and I realized what I did wrong too. She basically filed my nail all the way down, like all of it. She filed all of it down. And I know that they usually do that, but I didn't feel like she took that much off when I was watching her. But, after I basically soaked off the nails at home and everything, I saw that no, these are really, like, I wouldn't have been able to take all the acrylic off and still have any nail. What I was supposed to do was file it down wee bit and leave like a slight coating of acrylic. But unfortunately, by that time, my nails were already snapping due to them being super thin and them already being really stressed. My nails have all snatched and basically cracked off. And I decided that it would just be better for me, instead of trying to save 2 nails or 1 nail, to just cut them all off and start over with a new regimen. And of course, because I have my own drill and everything, I'll be doing my own nails from home from now on, because I just do not want to keep harming myself and just like harming my nails and having it be like brittle and stuff like that. Like, who wants to deal? You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I feel like for me, not getting hair extensions that have poison in them. And this could be human hair or synthetic hair, really being very intentional of what I choose to spend my money on and what I choose to put on my body. And I am coming to the conclusion that, girl, natural is eating. My natural hair looks better than any wig. I know how to do natural hair way better anyway. That's just a personal thing. So yeah. Hey, Chanel Miller, welcome. Another A1 steak house in the chat. Okay, I really hate how our beauty practices are being targeted, our hair products, our braiding hair. Like, what the F? People always say it's just hair, but why is it just our, or why is it our just hair? Always being targeted. Yeah, I completely agree. Our hair is a topic of conversation. Everyone's obsessed with our hair. Everyone envies Black women's styling capabilities. So it's understood why they make billions of dollars off of the hair industry every year. But making billions of dollars while simultaneously poisoning, your consumers, that's not okay. But again, a lot of these companies are based overseas. They don't have to kind of abide by our regulations. So that's where we have to be mindful of us as consumers being like, these, like, we got to be real with the human hair. They are cutting women's hair off. We don't know how they got that hair, and a lot of times these women are cutting their hair off for external purposes and other practices that could be spiritual. So again, they're getting their hair shady practices anyway. They're handling the hair, and then they're also having to process it so it can have that aesthetic look. I didn't know they put lead-based coating on the hair to kind of give it its form. I didn't know they do that. And I also didn't know the difference between hair, period. So I kind of want to talk about that a lot. So for us Black women, if you know anything about weaves, wigs, extensions, there's a couple types if we're talking about the human hair variety. There is natural hair. You can have your natural hair out, period. And then you can have virgin. So the virgin hair, it's processed, I believe, lightly. They have Remy hair, non-processed hair, which is the most expensive on the market. And then our regular, pack hair, the processed stuff, the stuff that we be getting, Alibaba, and then the Amazon hair and stuff. And kind of the different processing that each of those types of products, for lack of a better word, go through in order to get the final end game or end result. So understanding all of that is extremely important too. If you wanted to be like, maybe let's say you don't want a natural look, you don't like the natural look, maybe you like the vixen look, you like the trashy look, the ghetto fabulous. Well, understanding that there's a dress code in the ghetto fabulous aesthetic too. You can't just walk in with any wig and get accepted, babe. That's not how this one works. You thought so. I thought so too. But girl, no, I'm gonna show y'all the video. I'm gonna show y'all. Trust. I'm not hating. I'm appreciating. I'm showing the girls what it is. Truth. The ghetto fabulous. People always, the ghetto. It's hard being ghetto fabulous too. You got to know the game. Whether it's the model lifestyle, the vixen lifestyle, it's all very important.
Only $60.
I can tell.
Well, it said premium human hair on the package.
You need to stop brushing it. You making it worse. Girl, somebody come up here. They gonna think a dog was in here.
I know. I should have read the reviews, I guess.
That's misty. See, that's what you're supposed to look like.
I look expensive.
You ain't a real friend letting her walk out the house like that.
See, the problem is, I'm not bad luck with hair.
No, the problem is you ain't got the right plug.
Girl, I'm serious. I need better hair.
Yes, you do, because that's embarrassing. I can't believe you walked outside like that.
I left half of it over there in the elevator.
Girl, man, it's about to come sweep that all up and make a whole new wig.
Well, do they got better quality? Because who's her plug?
That's my plug. That's touched by Misty.
Yeah, I'm the plug.
Yeah, she's definitely the plug.
Okay, y'all. Y'all heard it from me first. March 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern, I'm releasing my premium virgin wig. See y'all there.
Okay. And I thought that was super cute. So yes, if you are in the, the market for new wigs, she's ready to drop them. I think she already dropped them, if not. But look at what they were talking about the girl before.
That wig is shedding.
It was only $60.
I can tell.
Well, it said premium human hair on the package.
You need to stop brushing it. You making it worse.
See? The first mistake for any level up journey, let me take it back. The first mistake in any level up journey, any time where you're looking to capitalize off your looks, is not going full throttle, okay? No matter what you choose to do, you need to go ahead and invest in it, but also put a lot of your chips up, okay? Not all of your money, but I'm saying like invest in quality. A lot of times, we've been, kind of bred in the kitchen stylist era, the DIY, do it yourself era, get it done any means how. Quality is going to be an extreme indicator and differentiator in a lot of these spaces. And again, a lot of people can tell. They can tell. It's embarrassing, but they can tell. So if it's an Amazon wig, they can tell it's from Amazon. And we may not know as regular consumers, we just trying to look good on a quick buck. But again, when we get into these spaces where, people are a little bit more trained to look at what they see in the beauty space, they're going to be able to pick you apart if you are investing in low quality items. It just is what it is. I'm not here to lie to you. I don't want to be the mean girl, but I am going to say that we can tell, and a lot of us can tell. And I'm not saying go broke to be a baddie, what I'm saying is understand that there are people with this trained eye, and they will use this to clock your tea, or at the very least differentiate themselves. And don't let you be in a competition, don't let you be in a competitive market. This may be the only reason they need to deny you access to this pillar. I hate to say it, it really is unfortunate, but unfortunately beauty is just that subjective, and it's just that universal that everyone has to be on board, and you have to have your quality up there. So if you're going to invest in hair, if you're one of these Black women that like hair, wigs, weaves, makeup, understand that it is a status symbol, but what is it statusing? Okay, what is it telling you? What is it trying to give you? Because if you're walking around with your hair shedding and things of that nature, trust me, people are going to be able to tell. I told y'all, when I went to my hairstylist, I thought I had hit up on a lick, man. I got a $70 wig. I was on my vacation in New York for my holiday, and I had gotten it up the street. It was great. I thought it was human hair because it said human hair on the package, just like the girl in the video. And it was $70, but I'm thinking I'm getting a steal. While the hair is getting straightened, after I get back home to my quality hairstylist, she notices that it's not curling the way human hair would. Turns out it was a human blend. And I wouldn't have been able to be none the wiser. But of course, she's a professional. She knows. She knows what to look for. She knows what to feel through. And at the time, I wouldn't say I got bamboozled. You pay for what you get. But at the same time, it was a little embarrassing when the girl is telling me in my face, oh, well, first of all, you can't get the hairstyle that you thought you was going to get. And you got, what's embarrassing. As a Black woman, I have to admit, in our culture, it is embarrassing to be walking around with cheap hair, synthetic hair, human blend. Okay, you may be able to finesse, and I am a finesse queen. I try to do my best, but again, that's all it is. All you're trying to do is shield or blind or fool people into a quality of standard or quality of beauty that is actually not what it's on. So if you're going to invest in hair, invest in the human, invest in the Remy, invest in the virgin. Make sure that it's the same density root to tip. Make sure that it's not shedding. Actually look for reputable hair blenders and try to find out how you can differentiate the BS hair vendors, the BS hair girls from the real ones, because there are a lot of times, a lot of girls, they go to a hairstylist and they come on TikTok crying, they come on YouTube crying because some girl done botched their hair, their hairstyle, their birthday, they baby shower extravaganza, whatever's going on. A lot of times too, making sure that first and foremost that your beauty circle is tight and packed. So not getting no cheap hair, not having no girl that don't know how to do no hair on your payroll, things like that are going to keep you from having embarrassed looks. So there was a hair girl, and she was explaining how she looks for good hair. Before we're going to talk about how to look for good hair, I want to talk about, because I kind of explained out to y'all, my hair has been in braids and life has been swell for the past, I don't know how long it's been in braids, but it's been swell because I haven't had to deal with the feminine labor of doing my own hair. I am going to have this lady explain to you why it's important for you to keep your hair done as a feminine woman. I even explained in my other video, my other live stream, Networking's Not for Women, Michelle Obama said, not playing into your looks, ignoring your, beauty and capabilities as a woman is self-sabotage. So keeping your hair done is another one of those investments, not just something that's arbitrary or something that is only marketed at women. Keeping your hair done, period, is something that is going to help you and is a tactic that you should use. Is a tactic that you should use in your life, period. Period, point blank. Let me make sure this is on. Okay.
Threads that said you need to lock in when you have a financial goal, and you need to cut out everything that doesn't have to do with your financial goal. That means you need to cut out getting your hair done, getting your nails done, getting waxed, all of that. You need to cut it out. I would absolutely disagree with that. You are a walking resume. So you are a representation not only of yourself, but you're a representation of your partner or your future partner. You're a representation of your job. You are a representation. So you want to always make sure that you're representing yourself, your job, your partner well. You're able to attract more to yourself when you feel good. It is so proven that you are able to attract more to yourself when you feel good about yourself. And that means to keep your hair done. That means to keep your nails done. That means that you want to feel at your best. Whatever that is, however you get there, you want to feel at your best. Whatever you assume about yourself, other people are also assuming that about you as well. So if you're not feeling good, or you feel kind of bummy, or you feel like you're not at your best, other people pick up on that energy as well. You cannot curate the life that you want if you are coming from a place where you don't feel good or you feel insecure, because insecure energy only attracts more insecure energy. Bad energy only attracts more bad energy. Beauty only attracts more beauty. Money only attracts more money. So even if you're not at your financial goal, you never want to look like what you've been through. I would always recommend people to get your hair done, or learn to do it yourself. Learn to do it yourself, because when you feel good, you're going to be able to attract jobs, money, people, opportunities into your life just based off of how you feel about yourself. I saw this post on Threads that said,
what she kind of had to say about it. That was her philosophy, and I wholeheartedly agree. Anytime that I'm on a grind mode, grind session, I always make it a point to get a hairstyle that I know I'm going to keep in for 3 months, period. Because when you are trying to accomplish a goal, when you have, these standards that you need to attend to, the daily mundane, doing your hair and stuff like that, that is not obtainable, and it is not lazy. Okay, the rich does not dress themselves, and and I'm going to talk about this very soon as well. People who are highly successful and they're extremely busy, they often get assistants, personal assistants, to do like mundane tasks for them, like pick out their clothes, pick out their nail color, what is your next style going to be? Because of course, these thoughts are very time consuming and very draining. It takes a very special and a very talented person to be able to kind of make a look come together. And if you're someone who's just like a DIY queen, you might still be able to get similar results, if not the same results, but you may be trading in more time than someone who is a professional. You see what I'm saying? So it matters. It matters. And you definitely have to make sure that you are investing in your look all the way. That way you can attract those business opportunities. I wholeheartedly agree with her. When it's an interview season, you just make sure the hair is done. So this is a woman, she has a hair company, and she kind of explains how she gets good hair.
Before laces were even good.
Wait, 9 years?
Yeah, she's been in the hair industry for 9 years.
Before laces were even good.
Wait, 9 years? So she's seen every scam vendor ever.
That's literally the test. Knowing how to spot quality before you lose money.
I heard she teaches how to win dispute.
Not teachers, guarantees, like timelines, wording, screenshots, girl, all of it.
So if PayPal or Shopify tries it, you win, period.
Morning, I don't know what hair you've been buying, what vendors have been disappointing you, or how many times that you started over, but clearly something shifted because you're here in my class. I'm Professor Hunter. This is Built to Slay Mentorship, or as I prefer to call it, How to Make $1 Million in the Hair Industry.
Yes.
Wrong. The 2 installs. Is it the vendor's fault?
Yes.
Wrong. Next. Who here priced their hair based off what other brands charge? And that's why your margins are thin. When do you already lose a dispute? Before you even respond. What makes a customer trust your brand before they even buy? Reviews? Surface answer. Systems. Last question. Why do most hair companies fail even though they have great hair? Because they never built structure.
So the reason why I put in women actually in the cosmetic industry who actually get paid from the cosmetic industry, because they understand exactly what we want to see. They know exactly what we want to look at when we're on their Instagram pages. And they are marketing to other hairstylists, other beauty professionals, this exact thing. And the thing is, it can be used to your betterment or to your judgment. So it's kind of you have to understand kind of who you're speaking with. And then again, they use language to be able to differentiate quality, and we should be able to pick up on that language even if we're not all the way in their circle. And I don't sell hair, but again, I understand that because they are using hair for power, not just for money. They're using hair as an investment, as a power. They're using their brand to, what did she call it? She called it print bills, print money. That's powerful. She's using hair to have a brand. And it's important that if that is what you want, that is kind of like the look that you're going for, your bundles, the late look, you know what I'm saying? Understand that there are actual professionals that are going to be looking for the quality. And that is why I mention it. There are a lot of hair vendors out there. They're training a lot of young hairstylists. But again, you have to know the real from the fake and know who's giving you some good hair and then who's giving you some bullshit. And you don't want to be the girl, at the party, at the function, and you got clumps of hair coming out because it's cheap and it's processed and it's coming out the wazoo because you wanted to finesse and fake it till you make it. And again, my thing as well, if you want to be able to really have a lock on the beauty game, the beauty regimen, like I said, knowing what to cut out is extremely important. For me, I don't think I'm going to continue to say, yes to, low end wigs. Absolutely not. For a good little birthday, maybe when I'm 25, 30, I might invest in a really, 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 really nice $600 bust down for a curly trust me, it's gonna be a dream wig or whatever. I'm gonna get it personally. There was a lady I came across. She makes like premium wigs. Like she makes them from scratch, like custom wigs. And I think that that's what I'm going to invest in, having actual say and ability to be able to find raw vendors and know like I actually can vouch for the hair that's in my head. But in the meantime, in between time, because we're not talking about future, we're talking about present. In the meantime, in between time, because I know that I cannot invest $600, $300 for the premium type, hair type girlies. I don't have Arrogante money. We can't get no Arrogante wig right now. And I do not want to embarrass myself by walking around with a lesser quality of wig. No. I am now going to invest all of that little extra money that would have went to a low quality wig to my real hair until I can make that, big jump to be like, okay, well, I can afford the Arrogante custom wig ventilation 60-inch bust down. I can afford that now because, I didn't waste all of the resources on these little like cheap wigs and things of that nature. And that's for every enhancement. That's going to be for every enhancement. That's going to be for my case, when I got the nail lady, you know what I'm saying? Even though I like the nail lady or whatever, that's just something that I always do when I'm in a pickle, I'm in a pinch, and I got just a little bit of money just to not see my nails look crazy. But, investing that time to make sure that my nails can just be solid, that was also good. I did my nails for my birthday. I did my nails on camera. Well, I wasn't on camera, but I was on live with you guys, and I did my nails for my birthday, and they came out beautiful. I did the pink aura nails, and I did like a DIY, and that came out good. I believe it's birthday luck. I feel like I always come out good on the birthday, but I did those nails, and it was cute, and I was able to do it myself, and it looked polished, it looked prim, but it was also the soft touches that I needed to make my look come together. You know what I mean? So the next part of this conversation is knowing what to say no to. I think this is extremely important as a woman. We're not all going to like the same things. We're actually going to do different types of things. So knowing what to say no to. Let me put this on pause. Luxury Bar says, you actually get more opportunities when you look good. Actually, I grew my natural nails and they are long. People notice when you take care of yourself. Absolutely. And again, too, the other people who are taking care of themselves, they notice the difference. When I'm out riding my bike, you know what I'm saying? I'm also going to pick up and peep the other people who are out riding their bikes. Some people are riding their bikes because they that's how they get around. But the people who they're recreationally riding their bikes, I see them when I'm out doing my trails and stuff. And it also allows for you to have a building that self-concept. And again, it is priceless, but it also costs nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's a priceless feature, but it costs nothing. So I think that, yes, definitely looking into natural remedies, So she was talking about how she's no longer getting her nails done. Okay. This is a personal choice for this lady, and I wanted to kind of share it. And I also wanted to kind of speak about it from my end as well, of how I'm learning in my beauty maintenance what to say no to, what is overconsumption, what is consumerism, and what can I afford to say no to, especially if it's going to lead to a better look for myself. There are some things that girls are doing that they don't have to do. You're paying for wigs that don't look better than your natural hair. And, that is kind of the thing that I was experiencing and I wanted to get better at.
Love her. She made this incredibly hilarious, brave video where she was like, I'm just not getting my nails done anymore. Sorry. I didn't realize that was an option. She said that she was spending 90 minutes in the salon every single week, every other week. Every time she went was $100, and she got sick of it. There are just things in your life that you are saying yes to just because it feels like the right thing to do. That's where you're dollar dribbling, and you're not getting any value out of that. You're not deriving any joy out of that. So be surgical about it. I probably still get my nails done now for certain special occasions. If I have like a gala that I'm going to, or if, there is a major TV thing that I'm doing, I'll get my nails done. Mm-hmm. Fine. For me, it's just not a priority. You know what I'm not willing to give up? My lash extensions. I'm going to go every 2 to 3 weeks. You'll catch me in that salon every 2 to 3 weeks. You have to be surgical about what you are cutting out and what you are keeping. For me and my husband, we don't go out to concerts. We don't go out to movies. We don't go out to major entertainment. What we do love to spend our money on? Food. We go out to a really nice restaurant once or twice a week. That is our entertainment. Valeria Lipovetsky Love her. She made this incredibly.
So I like how she said it, be surgical. So understanding what works best for you and being very precise about that, especially in your beauty game. And this is a podcast called Hot, Smart, and Rich. So I understand, and that's completely, I love this. Y'all should subscribe. I love it. Hot, smart, and rich. And knowing that you can be both, the triple threat, and understanding that sometimes, as women, this is an industry and it's going to market to us, knowing what we can say yes to, what we can say no to. Knowing what works best for us. For me, I'm saying no to the extensions for now. I've grown my hair long enough that I feel most comfortable. It's in a healthy state. So I feel like, why not? Even when I was getting my braids done this time, she was like, girl, why didn't you just wear your real, why didn't you let me do this with your real hair? And I said, because I'm going to put it in, I'm going to have it for a little bit longer than I usually would, but my hair, it's finally time, my hair is in a state where I can make this choice and make this transition to be like, now, because I do want to, first of all, do a lot more research into the hair I'm using and making sure there's no lead in it or anything like that. I'm going to remove this not only from my finances, but from my worries, my burdens anyway, because I'm not going to have no hair, poisoning me. And I think that can be understood. So whatever that could be for you in your life, what is it in your beauty routine that you can say no to, that you don't have to do, that you feel like is unnecessary? It may be taking away from your look. All of these things are very, very important. Yes. And I love how she said it. I actually was able to kind of figure out how to do my own lash clusters, and that kind of worked for me too. So I can DIY that. And the good thing about that is it takes no longer than an hour or two to put my own lash clusters, and just, the only thing about it is making sure that you do the same consistent map. Whatever you do on one side, you got to do for the other, right? But, doing my own lashes is definitely not, it hasn't been a target. So for me personally, I kind of disagree with her in that way. I don't have to go get lash extensions done professionally at this time. I find the clusters are cute, and I found a good vendor that I like. So I will take on that responsibility and do my own lash clusters. However, I'm not getting rid of my hairstylist. I'm not getting rid of her. She's stuck. She's stuck. Okay. I can't wait to take these braids out because I'm about to see her. She's about to see me. I'm going to tell her all the things I've been doing with my hair so far. But before I take them out and show her, I'm going to do a deep condition. I'm going to make all of my deep conditioning mask from scratch. What is another? Because I know y'all are going crazy about the Cardi. I don't know if not my crew, my clan, but the internet is going crazy about the Cardi B grow good hairline. And I will vouch for Cardi in one way. She can grow some hair down her back. Okay, let's not hate. Let's appreciate. Cardi B knows how to grow some hair, but so do a lot of other women. I told y'all, I used to watch, what was it, African Butte? And she was somebody who has type 4A, true to form, type 4A, B hair. And she grew her hair down her back. Her hair is waist length now. Nappy Foo, she has type 4C hair, true to form. She grew her hair down her back, and she deals with lots of shrinkage. So, you would never tell. You would never even know that her hair was waist length until she blows it out. Who else was another girl? There was a Nappy Foo TV. Natural 85, she grows her hair down her back. There was another girl, her name was Chi something, and she was a vegan and grew her hair down her back. And it was a slow process for all of these women. So again, it is not one, you don't need to buy, anybody's hair care line that's overpriced to grow your hair down your back. Really, it'll take a quick visit to the supermarket. If you pick up avocado, honey, and aloe vera, use your NutriBlender. I have a NutriBlender. Use your NutriBlender, juicer, whatever you got. That can be your own hair care mask. And it would have costed you 5 cents and some change. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know what I'm saying? It is not all about what's being marketed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much Do Girl cost, but I do know when Beyonce did her hair care line, she was charging lots of money for Sacred. And again, I don't think it takes that. I know it doesn't take that. I've watched people kind of clean up their eating habits, clean up their routine, and they've been able to grow their hair down their back, and it never required an $85 shampoo or conditioner set. It never required that. So again, it comes with putting that added attention in detail. We preparize. I talk about prep all the time, but I added an execution because that's the ending. It's the execution. You can prepare, but how do you execute in these things? And I grew my hair down my back before. I can do it again. And I know now, kind of going through that, how to make it work best. The difference between then and now is that now I have the actual coin to do things that I know I can't do. Like me, I'm not going to trim my hair because I don't do curly cuts. So it's just like, yeah, I don't do curly cuts. But I do know people that do curly cuts and their hair is good. Natural Rain, she's someone who does type 4A hair. If you ever watched her, and her hair, well, she ended up doing a lot of bleaching too. So she grew her hair when she was bleaching her hair, but she only did curly cuts, and she bleached her hair, and she ended up having to cut it all off, unfortunately. But it was because of the bleach. If she never would have bleached it and stuff, her hair would have been long and down her back. So again, genetics play a little bit of a role. It does play a role in the hair texture, the type, and stuff like that. But anybody, anywhere, all of these women I mentioned have a wide variety of textures. All can grow their hair down their back. It does not require any marketing Ponzi scheme. Trust me. And I'm going to repeat it for the girls in the back. You can also do banana. I've heard people do banana too for their hair. They use a banana mask. I've never tried that. I've heard people do rice water from the, it's like an African secret. They do rice water. I tried the rice water, didn't like it, but I do know people, they swear by it. Another beauty hack that's all the way from Africa, the chibi. I love. Now that's something I do believe works. Chibi oil, chibi powder. I do believe that grows hair down its back wholeheartedly, 110%. So do research into other cultures, other demographics, and see even what they do to grow their hair down their back. And again, understand that these can be done with raw ingredients, nuts and berries, berries and nuts, and it doesn't have to break the bank. So know what to say no to. For me, I'm going to say no to the wig lifestyle just for a little bit, the braid lifestyle, the bust down lifestyle, until I can really, do it, do it the whole thing. And really, I don't think it's all that popular right now. So I'm not, missing out on too much. Ooh, look at her. So let's show this beautiful beauty. And she's all the way from Africa. And she's going to show us her baddie on a budget routine. Chanel Miller says, I liked the Ethiopian hair butter, but it made my hair smell like whipped cream, which can be overwhelming at times. Ooh, I'm going to put that on the list. The Ethiopian hair butter. Do you know what was in it by chance? Whipped cream is not a bad smell to smell like, if you don't mind me. Yes, I know that chibi oil has been popular for years. People have loved chibi oil. And the chibi powder, you can get it in the powder as well. It doesn't have to be in the oil. I still use shea butter very faithfully in my routine, but that's become more of a staple. Like that's not really like a, I don't know. I feel like I adopted the shea butter. Like even if it started out initially African, now it's just me. I've adopted it. I completely just took over it. What is something else that I've seen that really grows hair? I've heard people use a whole lot of stuff. Somebody tried pumpkin before. I don't think it needs all of that. I really do think your hair is very simple. Water is extremely important. I think people undermine how water really does grow hair. And I've seen a lot of people kind of vouch for that. And they say they wash their hair multiple times a day. And that is kind of what keeps their hair long. Well, multiple times a week, not day, but yeah, multiple times a week.
I'm a baddie, but my bank account says otherwise. So this is everything I do on a budget to stay a baddie. Number one, planning. I don't have esthetician money, so I shave my face at home with this facial razor. You let me brag small, but sometimes if I'm going somewhere and I don't have an outfit or I don't have money to buy an outfit, this is everything I do on a budget to stay a baddie. Number one, I'm planning. I don't have esthetician money, so
Okay, we're gonna use
I shave my face.
Okay. I'm gonna play it, but first we're gonna switch it to my own personal internet because girl, she is fighting. Don't you see her? She is fighting. Don't you see that she is fighting? Lord have mercy on her. I ain't gonna talk bad about the computer. I'm gonna let her do what she gotta do, but we are gonna use the personal Wi-Fi. I tried I don't know what has been going on with the house Wi-Fi, you guys. It's been working a little bit better, but she has not been hitting on nothing, which is kind of surprising to me. I don't understand. But it's only this lab. Y'all know I get the complaining about YouTube type stuff. YouTuber stuff. Perfect. Chanel Miller says it's basically heavy cream with very cold water. You keep blending it until it becomes butter. The liquid separating. Very simple. Okay, so is this something that you can like make from home, or is this something that you buy off someone and do they make it from home? Because as a kid, I used to know like the shea butter lady, and they would be like the girls that make their homemade shea butter, and we used to get it from them. Yes, and I think they were African as well. Yes, but they used to make their handmade shea butter. And I know that some people they also make olive oil, avocado oil and stuff like that with like a cold press, and they kind of make their own oil. So it's whatever you want. You can have whatever you like when it comes to your hair, and it doesn't have to cost money, but it does take intentional foresight just to be able to know what items you may need to gather. Like me. I could run and go get my nails done right now, or I can, lock in and buy that foot bath that I need so I can know I have everything that I need to do my nails at home, knowing what to say no to and knowing what is an intentional yes. So not just a no, but a surgical no, as I kind of explained on the podcast. I also liked olive oil in my hair strands, but it kind of got rid of my fluff and made it looser. So I stopped because I love the cotton candy fluffy hair. Yes, yes. Okay, so olive oil. Extra virgin, I'm assuming. And I was even watching a video where he kind of explained the difference between regular oil, olive oil, extra virgin, like the premium stuff. And he was saying that, the first few batches of pressed olive oil would be the extra virgin. And that's why it would be a little bit more pricier and has better they say it's better for you, but it's just like less refined is kind of what he was explaining. And then the more that they press the oil and the olive oil, the more that it becomes olive oil, regular oil, and then it kind of gets cheaper and stuff like that. Yes, I remember back in the early natural hair days, I used to get dollar store olive oil. Now, don't mind me, I was in high school, but I used to use olive oil in high school, and I never understood the difference of, well, how is olive oil so expensive, but this is cheap olive oil and da da da. So Yeah, if you don't know, like you can kind of, they press it, and depending on how refined it is, that's how they mark up or down the olive oil. And that's kind of how you can know how to use it. So I would only use extra virgin olive oil on the hair, but you also probably want to eat with that too. Not gonna lie, probably might want to eat with that a little bit. Okay, now she going proper. Now she going clean.
My body, but my bank account says otherwise. So this is everything I do on a budget to stay a budget. Number one, dermaplaning. I don't have a esthetician money, so I shave my face at home with this facial razor. You let me brag small, but sometimes if I'm going somewhere that I don't have an outfit or I don't have money to buy an outfit, I can watch YouTube and make an outfit from scratch. The next thing is my favorite thing to do, which is fixing my nails. And I'm really glad I can fix my own nails at home, because imagine me going to the salon to fix these nails. The length, the design, it is enough to bankrupt me. Next up is waxing. So I prefer waxing to shave it. Also, I don't prefer waxing to shaving. I only wax because it doesn't make the hair grow back faster. Because why should I enjoy inflicting pain on myself? Simple all back, I cannot afford, so I cut off my hair with these 39 cds clippers that I got from Jumia. But on the bright side, my wigs always sit flat on my head. Talking about wigs, where I won't see money to enter salon to do wig installation. So because of that, I do it by myself at home. And I must say, it eats all the time. On days where I want to look and feel and to be seen like a body, I will step out with makeup. And I don't need anybody to come and do my face what I wanted versus what I got. I will sit at home and do my thing myself. On that note, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Mimi and I love all things beauty and DIY. So if that is your vibe, this is the page for you. Stay tuned for more. Bye. I'm a baddie, but my bank account says otherwise.
Okay, no, she's a baddie, okay? She can do all things. Someone said in the comments, don't let no one ask you what you bring to the table, queen. Absolutely. Resourceful. That's good that she knows how to sew too, because that's something I've always wanted to get into. I know I was in home ec and I kind of learned a little bit of the sewing basics, but I was never good at like designing and stuff like that. So that is also a good little skill. I agree. Do it yourself. Anything that you can do it yourself, do it yourself. If you have the capacity to kind of take on that responsibility, like her nails are very extravagant. Hey, if you can do them yourself, I would do them myself. Right now, I'm kind of doing, for me, I've kind of been enjoying a little bit more of a Russian manicure. So I've been doing that myself, like a dry manicure on myself, taking away all of the dead skin, taking away any hangnails, taking away all of the cuticle, and leaving nothing to the imagination. I enjoy it because my natural nails look, very good. So even if I'm not walking around with polish, my natural nails are clean. And I don't play that. I don't like dirt in the nails and stuff like that. I don't like that. That's an annoying thing to me. I always carry something with me to like pick my nails. But I never really have to worry about, dirt in the nails because I typically just am always fidgeting and fiddling and loving on the nails. I used to be a nail biter. So I think that's kind of what I don't bite my nails anymore. So I was able to kind of stop biting my nails. First of all, no stress. But yeah, after, just being able to tailor it into doing my own nails. So I haven't bitten my own nails in years, actually, because I know how to get that sensation without, biting. I get my nippers. I kind of start playing with my cuticles. And that way, it's just a way for me to kind of deal with my daily annoyances. I don't know why it is. I've always been very fidgety when it comes to nails. I don't play that. So I don't do dirt in the nails. I don't do nothing in the nails. The nails got to be prim and proper and polished and manicured. And my nails aren't manicured at this time, but I did yesterday, knock down all the cuticles, took away all that skin from around, the nail bed. And I just went to town because I do not like raggedy looking nails. That's one of my things. That's a deal breaker with dating for me. Yep, I can't deal with the dude with ugly feet. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's one of one of them things I just can't do. He can have everything on the market. You gotta have some cute feet, boy. Like, don't kick bricks for a living, man. Cause dang, like, you ever seen Shaq's feet? Sidebar: have y'all ever seen Shaq's feet before? Like, I don't even know. How can you lay up in the bed? It's almost like Wilburween, but with the feed. It's kind of crazy, but let's get back to the regular scheduled programming. But yeah. They call it glycerin water works too. I'm keeping that. It's just, it depends on the environment you use it, but my hair texture feels really nice at the moment. Yes, Ethiopians make it at home with milk from the cows, but they say a good alternative is heavy cream. They had that on videos. That's also interesting because I know a lot of people used to use like mayonnaise on their hair, and I didn't know if that was like actually helpful. But I know like on babies and stuff they use mayonnaise, so I wonder if that's has a little. And some people, Cardi B also put me onto this too. She uses like egg in her hair. And you know, I think they said that that's all mayo is, just egg whites and something else mixed together. So you know, they that may be an old school trick, you know. And again, like I agree, we're losing recipes. We're losing recipes with everything being so commercialized and commodified, and everybody wanting to run around with their own beauty, hair, and fashion brand. We're losing actual skilled recipes, and I agree. Because people have always done mayo in the hair. I've always heard people used to do mayo on babies' hair. You know, because babies, they can't have that, you know, conditioner and stuff. It's too heavy for them. It's too toxic. So they'll use mayo to condition. That's very interesting. She said, see, what provoked you to look at Shaq's feet? It was on Instagram. It wasn't me. I didn't even know who. He literally just was on. Look, okay, don't get me in trouble, girl. The algorithm have you like, I have so many factoids that I shouldn't really know just because of the algorithm. It's called Kibi. Heavy whipping cream and very cold water. Helps with dryness after smell wasn't too nice for me. Yeah, smell for the rice water is not that good either, but it grows hair. It grows hair. Something that you can also use for your skin, turmeric. Turmeric and honey. It gives you that glow. Now, this is a beauty secret for me. A honey shot every morning. Now, this is something I stole from Anna Wren, okay? I'm going to give her credit. Anna Wren, I stole this from this girl. She does green tea. So instead of doing sweet tea, do green tea. She says do green tea. It makes you look really, really beautiful. And I was doing that for some months, and I would agree, like my skin was super, super glowy and dewy. And what I would also say, not only do green tea every day, I would say, because I bought like, what did I buy? I bought the Liquid Death, and they had some agave and green tea drink, and it wasn't very good at first, but as I kept drinking it, I learned to love it. But it made my skin look super clear. But not only that, I do a honey shot every morning, and that makes you look really, really beautiful, really, really dewy. I don't know the science. I'm not a magician. I'm just telling you what worked for me. Raw honey shot every morning. It works like a charm. Makes your skin look really good. I don't know why. It just does. Makes your skin just pop and glow, and it gives you all that things that you need. So I wanted to kind of move on because she was kind of explaining how she likes makeup. And that's something that I've never really been good at is makeup. I think I've kind of explained that in immense detail before. And I wanted to kind of show a lot of our makeup icons for the future, like for what we look into, like what we like. So everything that I've said has been like from a raw organic material. Everything that I've mentioned is something that you can grow in a garden if you really, really wanted to. So I'm saying like you know, when people say like, oh, this baddie thing of getting people broke, you're a broke baddie. Look, it does take knowing what to say no to. I will say that again and again and again. It's the right products, it's the right routine, and it's knowing when some things are simply just marketing. I'm going to ask you guys, now this is going to be something for the girls, right? My girls. Go through your closet, go through your beauty closet, go through your nail closet, go through your wardrobe, go through everything and look at it and look at the purchases that you made and say, is this a good product? Yes, no, simple. Because sometimes we'll look around and we realize some of this stuff is just marketing. Like this. I bought this smart projector. Everybody was raving on about how a smart projector was just, oh, this is the future. Smart projector. No one's going to have TVs. I'm like, oh, is everyone going back to projectors? Man, why does this not? It doesn't play any movies. It doesn't play nothing from Netflix, nothing from Hulu. It almost was a dud purchase. It was just marketing. And sometimes it's okay to be like, we fell victim to marketing, but don't keep falling victim to the same marketing. Are there products that you're able to do? Like lip stains and stuff. Like I know people make lip stains from like berries, nuts and berries and stuff like that. So yeah. So she's kind of explaining it. I'm gonna let her explain overconsumption, because a lot of people have been talking about overconsumption when it comes to women. And of course, I'm on the side of beauty, but I'm also on the side of coin, and y'all know that. And I want you to kind of cut out overconsumption by knowing what you truly do need and truly do. And what's an asset more so? Which truly is an asset?
Beauty restock. Since when did we normalize $10,000 beauty restock videos? You guys wanted me to review this makeup restock video to see if it really costs $10,000. Let's get started. 18 Rare Beauty liquid blushes for $35 each. I'm going to be showing the next 5 items on screen just because it goes too fast. 9 Rare Beauty lip oils for $33 each, 9 Rare Beauty lip liners for $25 each, 3 powder highlighters for $37 each, 3 powder blushes for $37 each, 2 cream blushes for $33 each, 6 ColourPop blushes for $17 each, 4 Dior blushes for $55 each, 5.
Now that Dior blush actually looks like a good steal. I would buy that $55 Dior brush, but carrying on.
Cream wands for $59.50 each, 3 Jisoo lip oils for $38 each, 6 Dior lip balms for $54 each. There's too many mascaras here with so little time, so I'm just going to be showing the prices on screen. 4 Milk makeup jelly tints for $36 each.
Okay, this is something that I'm stopping, so when I watch back this video, I know what to buy. I'm buying this, okay? I think that instead of doing, I really want to invest in good lip tints, cheek tints, and stuff like that. I think that having like 2-in-1 products is also something that can help you out as well in your beauty maintenance. Because, some people have these like big makeup kits, like these big makeup caboodle kits and things like that. And a lot of times you can have products that do 3 for 1. And I think one of these, what is it called? The Milk Cooling Water Jelly Tint Lip and Cheek Blush. Yes, because I always want to add more color on the cheek, and I always want to add some color on the lip. I always tell y'all that. So this is going to be a product that I'm investing in. I think that's worth money. I think it's worth the money. But yeah, all of this stuff is not necessary. You don't have to feel compelled to buy each and every one of these. Now, if you're a personal makeup girly, you might understand something that I don't, but I know when to pick and choose kind of what things work best for me, Man, all this recipe talk is taking me back to my natural hair movement days. I tried eggs in the hair. It scrambled. Rice water smelled like socks. It did. And what did they say? They said, put an orange peel in it and leave it overnight. It'll get better. And it never got better. I went back to my old grease and water child. I did. I remember they tried to get me to do the grease. I don't know why I don't like the grease on the hair. I don't know. I did get some Indian hemp grease, the Blue Magic stuff, but I haven't really used it. I'll probably use it today. Since my hair is in braids, it probably would help. Why do you need 18 different blushes? I got 3 to 5 for different seasons and occasions, but 18 is so overwhelming and wasteful. And a lot of these people are getting sent PR packages. They're not buying $10,000 worth of blushes, but what they want to give you is so much choice that you kind of like want to go mad and get everything. Get a few products that stand out to you. I'm not saying no makeup ever. Get a few products that stood out to you. Like to me, the highlighter is something that I like to, for my features, what works best for my features, because I'm a chocolate girl. I have really strong features, very dominant features. I like to use highlighter to elevate my skin tone. I love to use lip tint to give me a nice rosiness and add some color back to me. I also love to be able to kind of have the highlighter. So the highlighter is extremely important on my face as well. So those are kind of the products that I prioritize. And then everything else, like I don't own a bit of contour or nothing like that because I don't need it, Yeah. Hello, Lenora 1807, and she adds, my blush options are peach, pink, coral, and red. Anything else is overkill. I've heard that purple was making a comeback. How do you feel about that, Lenora? I mean, I saw a makeup look and I thought it looked really good on dark skin, that purple. I think it was like an Indian dude who was doing it, and then there was also a black African Sudanese girl. She was doing the purple blush. I have red. I don't have actually any blush in my repertoire. Actually, the last blush look I did use was red though, and I thought that was really cute. Yeah, I'm back to using grease. It's helped me move past my hair growth plateau. That's okay. So what grease do you use as well? Because I heard Indian hemp was good. I remember one smell, y'all know it's the yellow one, the hair food, vitamin C. The smell is implanted into my brain. I can't get it. I don't really need contour. I have high cheekbones thanks to my Nigerian parents. Okay, clock it, clock it. But I started using it to define my eye shape. Ooh, very nice. I like to use lashes to define my eye shape. I think that it adds because my eye shape is really cute, you know. So I like to add it, and I think that adding like lashes, really nice cat eye lashes, really adds to it. You know, knowing how to work with your natural features. I'm glad that you were able to kind of not only practice that, but get experience in that as well, knowing what works best for you, knowing what doesn't. She's the same. I don't use too much. Don't let it touch the scalp. Um, then refresh it with water. Now glycerin water. I need to figure out this itchy scalp issue. They said peppermint oil is really good for that type of thing. Having peppermint oil in your scalp was good. Rosemary is really good for an itchy scalp, but they say be careful when adding like raw rosemary, because a lot of times people add preservatives to make it like last longer because rosemary has a terrible shelf life. But yeah, if you add like rosemary into some of your products or just get it, you know, at the grocery store or whatever and just kind of boil it in there. Use the product really quickly, but do like a hot oil treatment of that herb in your hair and see if that works. Just get it to like, you know, see if that like kind of helps it. And if not, you could also see if like there's like a dermatologist if they prescribe you anything clinical as well, as because, you know, there's only but so much, you know, herbs and nuts and berries can do. When it comes down to actually being a real condition and things, you know, it's time to go to your provider, you know, your local provider. I use the Dax Grease green one, not fond of Blue Magic. Me neither. And that's the thing. I think that using the Blue Magic stuff is really what's messing me up. I heard that a lot of people like Daxed. They like the Sulfur 8 stuff and the Do Grow. So I've heard no people say nothing but good things when they use those products. Do Grow, Sulfur 8, and then now what she's saying, Dax the grease, the green one, not the blue. She says, yes, I'm big on enhancing my natural features. If I wear makeup, I want people to see I'm wearing makeup. I always get compliments that I look refreshed and radiant. And that's what I want. You know, I hate when I see girls with makeup and it looks cakey. It looks like big and you know what I'm saying? I definitely like a more refreshed, natural, neutral look. Something where you could tell it's beautiful, but you don't even know that it's enhanced. And that's kind of what I mean when I said that there's kind of levels to the playing field. A lot of times there's two games that women will play: who can have the best enhancements, and then whose best enhancements are so good that you don't even know they're enhancements. And that's kind of the game I'm trying to get into. Not like, oh, I got the best bust down nails, the best triple XL nails, and the best bust down hair, but I want to be able to be like, is that her real hair? Is that not her real hair? Oh my gosh, for the world. Is that her natural nails? Is that not her natural nails? Oh my gosh, I can't tell. She just looks so refreshed. She looks dewy, girl. You look so happy. You know, those type of compliments are better than, oh girl, look at your wig. Your wig is slay. You know, to me, I don't know. That's just kind of maturing. Maybe my frontal cortex is getting a little hardened, but that's just kind of where I'm at. Like when the people like, you look so refreshed, you look good. Like that's the best compliment. Yeah, absolutely, girl. And come back and let us know how it works. Let us know how it works because yeah, a lot of things changes. The time goes on, the seasons change, and then the body change too. Trust me, the body is always on time. It always knows what's going on. This is what Jennifer Lewis, and the good thing about me, I always feel like Jennifer Lewis, I love her. She's always been super confident. She's always been a pillar of like Black beauty, but also very confident as well. And I like that because she's always wore her natural afro. She's always been herself, Jennifer Lewis.
Girl, you know I do this ritual every morning. Okay. I brush my teeth.
That's right.
I spit it out. I go, and then I lean forward. I pause. I tell myself, pretty bitch.
She says, I do this ritual every morning. I pause and look at myself and say, you pretty inch. You have to play into those affirming. A lot of people call it different things. I am statements, manifestation. It's going to be known by a lot of different things, but reaffirming to yourself, your self-concept, and every morning taking that time to build this confidence. This is extremely important, okay? Especially when you are in the Black beauty space, being able to know how to build your self-love. That's extremely important. And that's why I wanted to add that in here in my beauty live video. Okay. And let's talk about two options. So for me, when I like to wear my natural hair, I like to wear it in two ways. Just out and about, boo boo boo, or I like to wear a kinky sew-in. Now, like I said, don't get no cheap hair. If you're gonna get a kinky sew-in, invest in some really good hair. But I'm gonna show the kinky sew-in, and then I'm also gonna show somebody growing their hair on their back.
Time. The braided bob had its run, but it's time for something new, something different. Jackie hit me up. I saw her page. I couldn't resist. Like, look, it's T. How was she gonna do this on 4C hair? I wasn't sure, but I trusted her. She even helped me take my braids out, so I knew I was in good hands. Like, that's real. And on top of that, she washed and blow dried. Like, I haven't had someone else wash and blow dry my hair in mad long. I'm so used to come with your hair washed, blow dry, parted, and done. Also, a good sign that the hair is gonna be fire is when the show they put on is good.
I've been made redundant. Hey!
If y'all haven't seen Blue Therapy, please go watch it. But this is my first time getting a sew-in ever. And she did a minimal amount of leave out, which I like because I didn't want too much of my hair out. And it really wasn't as noticeable as I thought it would be. Like, she blended it so nice. And here is the finished product. I love it so much. And I really like the fact that I've been trying these different hairstyles. This is very new, very different, very tea. And it didn't need 3 days to marinate. Like, I was feeling myself, girl. If you've been
This is cute.
thinking about getting a kinky sew-in, do it, vibes. Yeah. First time getting a sew-in ever.
This is gonna be my summer hairstyle. Don't steal it, y'all. Don't y'all steal my summer hairstyle. I swear to y'all. I swear. I'll be so mad. Yeah, she looks gorgeous. The hair looks good. Her hairstyle 8. It looks good. And like she said, it didn't need 3 days to marinate. It looked good off the walk-in. I like the side part. She's feeling the bust down. She's feeling the middle part. This is how I was wearing my hair last summer. I'm going to do it again, hopefully this summer if I can. But I want to get the really good hair. And then this woman, okay, so now I'm going to let her explain because this is also good. Remember when I explained to y'all the difference between virgin hair, processed hair, and then raw hair? So this is kind of what she was explaining about that.
Okay, in this economy, we need to save money. So it's important for us girls to invest in quality hair. Shout out to the Snatch Collection. This is my 1 month update of this hair. Because one thing about me, I'm going to stretch it. Honey. Yeah, look at my stylist. I love when a closure is reusable and it still maintains its quality. You cannot tell me this does not look like my real hair. Look at it. This is after a month. My touch up, like washed, dry, clean. Cannot tell me this is not my real hair. If you want some raw bundles, make sure you shop the Snatch. I couldn't gatekeep. Okay, sis. Don't.
Okay, look at that. First of all, I look at how it was blowing in the winds. Look at this. First of all. Okay. Yes, like I said, if you are going to buy hair, what I recommend is just doing your research and really getting some really good hair. It's the same length, root to tip, not overly processed. You can wear it over, looking for minimal shedding. Run your hands through the hair if you got to, and just save the coin. Just really do like, okay, I ain't going to get no cheap hair because I'm going to save up for this $600 bundle, because at least then you can keep it for years and years on end. Back in the day, girls didn't used to get new bundles every month. Girls used to have the same bundles. They would keep those, and those bundles would be good for years. Like, people would have that, throw it, do whatever, do flip overs, do sew-ins, do glue-ins. People would do all types of stuff with their hair. Yes, looks gorgeous. All of those girls look beautiful. Every last one, and the hair is giving. And I like how they have two different kind of aesthetics. Like, she's giving a lot of poise and bombshell, and the other girl was giving curly and fun and summer and wet and wavy. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it all. And this girl is kind of showing how she grows her hair. Let's say you don't want the wig look. Let's say you want a natural. Well, then you need to probably grow your hair and make sure that it is really healthy, because I see a lot of girls and their hair is not healthy. Their hair is really broken off. It's been really dyed. It's been badly dyed. So it's damaged, broke up, thin, no density, no fullness, no sheen, no luster, no nothing. And then they think that somebody care about their hair, and it'll be like, baby. So knowing how to take care of your actual hair too, so you don't have to rely on a bundle, is also part of the level up game. Okay.
Getting my natural hair to waistline took 10 years worth of mistakes. But I'll tell you the 5 things that actually worked in 2 minutes. Number 1, I stopped getting box braids back to back. I still will occasionally do box braids sometimes, but I definitely was going way overboard when I first went on my natural hair journey. So my hair did grow out a little bit, but my split ends were crazy, and I ended up having to trim off probably half of my length that I grew out after a year of doing back-to-back box braids. Number 2, I started detangling only outside of the shower. I know a lot of people detangle while they're in the shower, and that can be fine depending on your hair type. But for me and how dense my hair was, detangling in the shower made it so that I didn't actually detangle properly. So I was trying to rush through the detangling process when realistically, with my hair density and thickness, I needed like an hour to properly detangle, especially if I did a wash and go that week. So if you have denser, fuller hair, it's probably best to just detangle outside the shower with a good pre-poo or slippery conditioner. Number 3 is knowing my hair's actual profile, which a lot of people don't actually know. Your hair profile is basically your curl pattern, your porosity, your density, and your thickness. Knowing my hair's profile was especially important when it came to choosing the right products. This definitely changed everything when I was first growing out my hair, because I didn't understand why some products worked for my hair and why some products didn't work at all. And that's because I was using the wrong products, especially for my hair porosity, which, by the way, if you don't know your hair's porosity, you could take the free hair porosity quiz on my page. Number 4, I stopped going days or weeks without remoisturizing. I didn't know just how often you were supposed to remoisturize your hair, so I was only doing it every 7 to 10 days. And I was wondering why my hair was breaking off the next wash day. I found the sweet spot for me is typically every 2 to 3 days to remoisturize, and to just use a leave-in conditioner mixed with water and put that in a spray bottle and just spray my ends. Number 5 is fixing my iron and vitamin D deficiency. Apparently I was chronically low in iron, and my ferritin levels are low, which is your iron supply. And I started to have some hair loss around this area and this area, which I still am growing out to this day. And as
Okay, I have to talk about it. Yes, please. Like I was mentioning, part of this level up journey is looking good from the inside out. I also was prescribed some iron medication that I have not been taking. Shame on me. Yes, but that also can explain a lot of I had to have a real ninja moment. I was like, the things that I'm complaining about, why am I complaining about it? Dull skin, brittle nails, hair breakage and stuff like that. And then I realized all of this was told to me by my doctor when they gave me the iron medication that I refused to take. So again, yes, a lot of these things that we think are unrelated does have to do with our health. So again, look back into that. Well, are we the same person? She says, I'm also inconsistent with taking my ferritin. Girl, I got it right there. We should go. I'm going to go get it right now. You better go get yours. I'm going to go get mine right now. I'm starting the day off right. I'm going to take my medication. I haven't done it in months, y'all. Literally. Ugh, let's get it. honey, she disappeared. What did I do with it? Dang, it's been gone so long, it's been gone. I wonder what I did with it. Now I gotta go back to the doctor. I don't know what I did with it, you guys. Please take your ferritin. Please. Don't be like me. Please take your ferritin, okay? Take that thing, okay? Take your iron on that. It's extremely important. It's going to explain a lot of our bodily functions as women. And then and then like, please, like, you know, go get your labs done very often. Have your thyroid checked, things like that. Be a grown adult, you know, very, very little things. Because a lot of that can explain our beauty too, you know? Like I said, that honey, it could be giving us vitamin D, all types of stuff that makes our skin glow. I don't know. I just say do it. It works. You know, that green tea, that may be giving us, you know, vitamins and minerals that help our skin. We don't know. We just do them, you know. But again, all of that is very much so needed. Yeah, I gotta go find my ferritin, child. I don't know where she gone.
Women, when you have low iron, you will usually see hair loss around this area or just throughout your hair in general. And now that I fixed it, it's actually growing out in this area and it doesn't look like I have a receding hairline anymore. You can take the free hair porosity quiz on my website, bigheadjustice.com, and take the density and thickness quizzes on my website as well. Don't forget to
How long have I been on here? About an hour and 40. Yes. Unfortunately, I gotta get going soon. But I haven't gotten through nearly as much as I wanted to. So, what do we cover? We covered the hair, we covered the nails, we covered the skin. We didn't cover the body, but we're gonna have to hold off on that. We covered enhancements and natural, nuts and berries, berries and nuts. We're gonna talk about what to eat, how to eat, okay? How to eat and how to work out. Now, the smart girlies, they was working out all winter. Me, you know, I'm a type B girly at heart. I'm gonna start at the beginning of spring and kind of crunch it in there before summer gets started because, you know, I'm naturally petite. I can do that. I can do that.
Is the key. I unlock your muscles in seconds. Eat up. Your legs will thank you. Beetroot here, the blood dynamo. I open up your arteries and get that flow moving. I keep your blood pressure in check so your heart stays strong. Eat me for that pure energy. I'm the watermelon, the kidney's plumber. I wash away the stones and sand before they become a problem. Drink up and feel the relief. Turmeric, the inflammation fighter. Sore joints, stomach on fire, just a bit of me cools the burn and gets you back on track. I'm the apple, nature's toothbrush. My fibers scrub your teeth and clear out the plaque party. One bite for a brighter smile. I'm the lemon, the bloating enemy. Gassy stomach? Squeeze me into some water to settle the fire and ditch the bloat for good. Don't forget to save and share this video. And
she says, I am an herbal tea queen. That's why I have such good skin, even when I fall off my diet. Exactly. And I use turmeric for my skin. Turmeric for your skin is super good for it. It stains everything, but it's really good for your skin. Rare Fact, which is an AI Instagram, says most people eat for taste. A body recomposition engineer eats for performance. Your body is a complex biological machine, and even if the pipes are clogged or the gears are grinding, your training sessions will never reach 100%. Here's why: break down a fuel sources you need to master your frame. The muscle unlocker. Yes. So I always noticed that every time I ate an apple, my teeth would be like super like strong. It felt like they were like it felt like they were kind of cleaned naturally. So nature's toothbrush is an apple. Dentist health is often overlooked in fitness. Use natural fibers to scrub away the plaque and keep your smile as sharp as possible. Keep apples in your diet. Watermelon. Hydration is only half the battle. You need to actively flush the kidneys to prevent stones and sand from slowing down your system. Okay. Turmeric. If your joints are creaking or your stomach is on fire, your recovery is failing. Use the power of turmeric and to dose the internal flames of inflammation. Yes. Boom. Let's see if they got any more of these interesting facts.
Bodybuilder versus calisthenic. Who is the true king of the gym? First difference, mobility. The bigger you get, the harder it is to move. For the bodybuilder, it's all about the pump, tearing the fibers with heavy iron to reach maximum size. For the calisthenics master, the world is the gym. It's not about how much you can lift, but how well you can move your own weight. To keep that size, you have to eat like a beast. Constant calories, constant bulk. Calisthenics is about precision, staying lean and light so you can fly through the air. But there's a catch. When you're this big, even scratching your own back becomes a workout. Meanwhile, the calisthenics body is a master of control, functional strength that most people only dream of. One is a monument of power. The other is a master of movement. So which physique do you want? Mass or movement?
Mm-hmm.
The 10 best fruits to eat while being on a cut. 10. Avocado. 9. Mango. 8. Oranges. 7. Pineapple. 6. Watermelon. 5. Kiwi. 4. Grapefruit. 3. Bananas. 2. Apples. And at number 1, berries. And if you're ready to transform, comment shred.
Okay, so those are some berries. I have to go. And that's exactly what I was gonna do. I was gonna run to the supermarket and get a whole bunch of just fresh fruits, berries, aloe vera, honey, and all the fruits that I wanted.
This is 300 calories of mixed berries. High volume, high satisfaction. But this?
No, we're not gonna just eat mixed berries. Let's see. Mm-hmm.
Green tea is the best herb to melt fat and ignite metabolism. Ashwagandha is the best herb to boost testosterone, crush stress, and recover like a beast. Turmeric is the best herb to fight inflammation and repair muscles fast. Valerian root is the best herb to sleep deep and rebuild stronger. Panax ginseng is the best herb to get natural energy and laser focus. Peppermint is the best herb to calm your gut and optimize digestion. Holy basil is the best herb to balance cortisol and control stress. Ginkgo biloba is the best herb to sharpen memory and fire up your brain. Devil's claw is the best herb to reinforce joints and crush pain. Let us know below what video you want to see next, and please
Okay, y'all. I think I've showed a lot of vitamins and minerals that we might need.
Nobody will say this to you, but ignoring the signs might slowly shut down your body.
I'm iodine. If you are low on me, your period will be all over the place, your hands and feet feels cold, and your thyroid swells.
I'm magnesium. If you are low on me, expect muscles cramps, sleep getting wrecked, stress shoots up, and constipation. I am zinc.
If you have acne breakout, your wounds take long to heal, your hair loss increasing,
You really need to go check my levels in you. I'm selenium. If you are low on me, expect hair loss, weak immunity, muscle weakness, infertility, or miscarriage. No me, no babies. Your hair getting gray. You have hard time learning or remembering. You always fall sick or get infections. Run and get me before it's late. I'm iron. If you are low on me, can bones. Hair fall, always feeling tired. Skin turns pale and dark circles show up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to save this video.
So they done told y'all, us girls with low iron, we need to be for real. We need to stop playing. Us girls with low iron, we need to get right. Me, I'm going to get right. I'm about to get me my fruit bowls for the week. I'm about to get me my honey shots for the week. We're going to talk about the second part of the beauty game next week. I didn't get to... I haven't been able... I didn't finish half of what I wanted to finish. But I think this was great. How to be digital ready. Part of modeling that I kind of learned is that with the digitals, they want us to be as like clean girl as possible, like no extra pizzazz. So that means that you have to be working with what you're given. And again, want to make sure that skin is all right. That's why I need to go outside. I need to get tanned. I've been in the house all winter. You know, my chocolate ain't chocolate, and I need to get outside so the sun can go ahead and nourish me. So I wanted to thank you guys for staying here for my video. I wanted to thank all the strategists for giving their beauty tips and tricks. I wanted to thank you guys all for coming on and supporting. Everybody gave really good tips. Everyone gave really great tips. I just need y'all to be, consistent and remember that, we are here. We're beautiful. And I'm working with this with you guys. So thank you guys for the ongoing support. It's just been amazing just to talk to y'all. I'm just going to read the last few comments. It helps that I regularly wear my natural hair out. I like promoting my African beauty, especially because most people in the UK all look the same. That's great. Jennifer Lewis is a favorite of mine. She's so confident and cool. Yes, she is. She's a very cool person. I like to wear my natural hair in braid outs, flex rossettes, or braided crowns. This always gives me compliments. I love like the little halo effect, the halo hairstyle. That was a favorite of mine when I was younger. Very beautiful. Yeah, and the world can appreciate these. A lot of times we're thinking that we're going to play the game of who can have the best enhancements. And you got to realize that that's not what the beauty game is about. It's about how can you enhance yourself to the best 10. So are you jogging? Are you running? Are you able to do crunches? You got those abs? Like that is what is actually seen as the king of the beauty space. You know what I'm saying? Having good pillars all around. And we'll talk more about this trust, but I wanted to kind of give a thought pile, if you will. Yes, but they she said these AI videos always make me crackle. Yes, but they give so much information. They pack a tiny punch. I have to use them. Okay, guys. All right. I can't wait to see you guys again. Yes, this was a great live, and I will see you guys soon. I did the poll, and they said that they wanted me to do my journey into home ownership. So I'll be planning that live very soon, and I am planning on making my way back into making videos again. I know I took a little bit of a, I've just been on live. I haven't really even taken a break, but it's just like I've been on live, and live has been extremely fun. So I've been having fun with both, but I should be making more videos soon. So thank you for staying tuned for our beauty live. Of course, we're going to have more beauty centered topics come up on the channel. We're going to focus more on all of these things, how to be digital ready, how to prep and execute for your beauty to be the top 10 like status that you are. And of course, I will be back in my next video. But until then, be good people, be holy people, read the word and spread the word, and I'll be back. Bye.